All right, let's see if we are live. I'm looking on my laptop. Click here at any time to view the post on YouTube. Let's see. Just want to make sure. I've never gone live on YouTube using this software before. And I want to make sure that I don't do all this only to find out that it is not broadcasting, since this is all new to me. So if I go here and I come to my channel, so now I know how all these people feel whenever I show up for a live and they sit here and stall for a minute and you're like, oh my gosh, just get to the topic already. Now I know why they're doing it, because I have no idea if this is actually broadcasting. Okay, I see a thumbs up, so it's working. Good, cool. All right, like I said, whole new thing going live on YouTube. Hello, welcome. So I thought I would do a Q&A today. I thought I would go live and answer people's questions because, quite frankly, I was super busy and I did not have time to record a video this week. So that's a little lesson in and of itself, right? Consistency is important. Even if you don't put together the best piece of content ever, you don't put together the most highly produced, well thought out video of your whole career, it is still 10 times better than the video that your competitor didn't do at all. So if you're running low on time, think of something you could do that would not take as much time. Maybe you could do a neighborhood tour. I find that the videos, sorry, I'm hot. The videos I do with neighborhood tours are much easier for me to put together because I pretty much just record myself giving an intro, record myself doing the outro, and then drive around the neighborhood taking footage. And that's a much easier video to put together. A live video requires no editing whatsoever, right? So in fact, I should probably see if I can see comments. Where are my settings? There they are. Cool. Hi, love to live in Long Beach with Barry Peterson. Good, I'm glad you're here because I'm going to answer one of your questions. Hey, John. Hey, Ladina. Scott. Oh, good. I've got questions for you too, Scott. Thank you. So cool. I just wrote down all of the questions that people were posting in the group and thought I would just kind of tackle them one by one. So the very first thing was from Susan, and it said, how do you set up your channel, your description, your channel tags, and your playlist to be searchable? So I'm going to share my screen so that I can show you what I am doing. All right, how do I do that? Can I share screen? I can share my screen. Okay, that's actually the back end of my YouTube channel. So if I went just to Google. So Susan is in Nashville. So let's say Nashville real estate, right? And we go, okay, so I've used the Keywords Everywhere plugin. I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about that. If anybody is watching this that doesn't know Keywords Everywhere, I've done a video before about it. I'll link to it right here. But Nashville real estate gets 5,400 searches a month and it has medium competition. So that's actually a very, very good keyword. So when you're setting up your channel, and let's see, where would be the best place for me to go? If I go to my channel, I still like to do it in Creator Studio Classic, guys. Sorry. I go to Creator Studio Classic for all of the stuff that has to do with the channel itself, not the individual videos. And I click on channel. Then we can go to the upload defaults. So upload defaults is every time you upload a video, what will the default description be? What will the default tags be? Will you allow people to comment? Will you monetize it? All that kind of stuff. You can go in here to branding and have channel tags. So the channel keywords are just keywords that describe the channel as a whole. And something like Nashville real estate would make a great channel keyword. So you can see what I have is real estate Savannah, Georgia real estate. Let me scroll over here. Savannah, Georgia, real estate, waterfront, homes for sale in Savannah, Georgia. So they're all very broad keywords, but they're very hyper local. We're talking about real estate, we're talking about Savannah. And then I also have some keywords that are specific by the the suburbs, so Pooler, Richmond Hill, Rankin, Port Wentworth, stuff like that. But they're very broad. But those are all keywords. Those are all very searchable. And if you have them as channel keywords, they will be searchable. They will also be searchable if you have them as tags on the individual videos and on the description below. So for example, this is one I did last week about a suburb called Port Wentworth. You'll notice in my description, my mouse is giving me trouble today. So my description is Port Wentworth is a suburb of Savannah. It's a great location for commuters to the south side, blah, 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 a little bit about me. Then I've got all my tags. So I try to put keywords in the description box, but then I also put lots of tags down here that are essentially keywords. So Port Wentworth GA, Port Wentworth homes for sale, Port Wentworth, Georgia homes for sale, Port Wentworth real estate. I'm trying to use my keyword and then lots of variations of the keyword as tags so that when people are searching, it will get found. So did I answer your question? Oh, and then as far as playlists, when you create playlists, your playlists can be things like, it doesn't have to just be buying a house. It could be neighborhoods in Savannah, buying a house in Savannah, Savannah first-time buyers. Your title of the playlist can be a keyword as well. The more hyper-local it is, the less search volume it's going to get. So neighborhoods in Savannah might get 100 searches a month, but how to buy a house in Savannah might get 10. It probably doesn't have a huge search volume, but that's okay. It's still searchable. So instead of just naming it something like first-time buyers, this is actually very, very generic. I should probably go in and change that to something like Georgia first-time buyers or Savannah, Georgia first-time buyers, just to make it even more hyper-local to me. So you can change up your tags, your description, your channel keywords, and your playlist to all be searchable simply by going over to Google, downloading that Keywords Everywhere plugin and doing some keyword research, and then just make a list. Have a list of all kinds of keywords. I use the ones from Related. I use the ones from People Also Search For. I just make a giant list, and then when I come over here to YouTube, I use all those tags as much as I possibly can. So I hope that answered your question, Susan. Scott said, I'm curious about tags. So let's go back and look at tags. So Scott, since you're on here live, are you talking about these hashtags right here? Or are you talking about the tags that we were just on? Hey, Ricky Caruth that I sat next to at Explode. Nice to see you. So Scott, if you're talking about these hashtags, these are, no, it probably came out about a year ago, right? That YouTube said, I'm going to make these hashtags. It's mostly for people on mobile, although now it's available on your desktop as well. If you click it, it is a clickable hashtag. But let me show you what happens. If you click hashtag moving to Savannah, you're going to see every video that has that same hashtag in it. Ideally, I want them to be all my videos because I don't want them to go and see videos by my competitors. So if you're going to use a hashtag like that, I would say have it be a hashtag that you have made. And I have used it in a lot of my videos, as you can see. So when you click that hashtag, only one person is showing up, right? That is not one of my videos. And that's an ideal solution. I was trying to look for an example like Houston real estate. And I couldn't find anybody, at least in the first 10 videos that I looked at, that had hashtags. But if you clicked the hashtag Houston real estate and every video was by a different real estate agent, I don't think that's going to help you in any way. The idea is if they click that link, they see all of your videos. It's basically kind of like the idea of a playlist. If they're going to click that hashtag, we want you to dominate the search results. So if you have a niche, once you've decided what your niche is, if you could come up with a hashtag for that niche and then put those in the video, that would be a great thing to do. And the way that you do that,
Grammarly.
Sorry, that's so loud. We have to go to edit video. The way that you do that is anywhere in the description box, you can put your 3 hashtags, and it has to have hashtag and then what you want the thing to be. It could be at the very top, it could be at the very bottom, it could be somewhere in the middle. I don't think it matters where you put it as long as they are in there somewhere in the description box. And the last time I checked, you were only allowed to have a max of 3. So I created this hashtag of moving to Savannah, living in Savannah. If I clicked hashtag Savannah, Georgia, I'll show you what happens. I'm sure I'm not the only one.
This is
Because it would probably be travel vloggers and restaurants and where to eat and stay in Savannah and Hurricane Dorian, like I don't know what the only R3X is, but maybe it's a news channel. So as you see, when they click on that, it's not all me. And I don't think this really helps us very much. So I would not use a generic hashtag. Like at the time when I created that hashtag, the hashtags were brand new. Now it's been a year. Everybody's using hashtags, and this doesn't really help me very much. So that would be my point about the hashtags. As far as, let's see, where should I go back into it? So if I go to this one
about living in Savannah, Georgia. And we're
into the actual tags. So difference between tags and hashtags, right? These are tags. Those were hashtags. What I like to do for the tags is pick my keyword. So my keyword was living in Savannah, Georgia. And I have that as a tag, living in Savannah, Georgia. Actually, I do the full title of the video first. Then I have another one, living in Savannah, Georgia, living in Savannah, Savannah, Georgia, what I love about Savannah, moving to Savannah, Savannah real estate, homes for sale in Savannah. So I'm using this keyword and a whole bunch of variations of the same keyword. Then I go a little bit broader. Savannah Realtor, Savannah Real Estate Agent, Savannah Homes for Sale. Then I usually tag myself, Karin, Carr, Realtor. I tag my channel name, Georgia Coast Homes. And I try to use as many tags as possible. At the very beginning, I thought there was probably a benefit to only doing 5 or 10 tags to be very specific. Now I figure, you know what, they give you 500 characters. I'm going to use as many of those characters as I possibly can. So here I'm using 492. So I start very, very low or targeted, like very specific keywords. And then I go a little bit broader, and then I just tag myself as well. Okay. So that's the answer to that one. So Barry said, I do a video once in a while with new listings in Long Beach. Can I use the same title over and over again? Okay, so Barry, here's my answer to that. You don't want to use the exact same title because YouTube will see that as being duplicate content. So if my title is Living in Savannah, What I Love and What I Hate, you could do Living in Savannah, which is the keyword, 123 Main Street, or living in Savannah, Savannah Quarter subdivision. So you can use the keyword in the title on many, many different videos, but I would not use the exact title verbatim because that tells YouTube, oh, this is duplicate content, and they don't want to see duplicate content. They want to see new stuff. So if you and I did a collaboration video and I uploaded it on my channel and you uploaded the exact same video on your channel, I don't think it would really help us out very much because it's duplicate content. So I would edit mine and you would edit yours, and they'd have the same dialogue between us, but they're not the exact same video file because we each did our own thing. And then when we uploaded it, it's not exactly the same. So you want to not have identical content, but to use the same keyword in many different titles, I think is not only good, it is a really good strategy, because then when you are looking at these videos, oh, whoops, I wanted to go back to the video itself. Go back. Let me pause it so it doesn't blast us out. So when we're looking at the video itself and we start to see all of the up next, it would be great if a lot of these videos were yours because they were all tagged the same way and they were using the same keywords, right? Is this going to be recorded to watch again? Well, this is live on YouTube. So when I hit done, it's going to stay on YouTube and you can watch it over and over again. Yes, you certainly can. So Cool. I see that there are a lot of questions in here, which is awesome. I'm going to answer the ones that I wrote down in advance, and then I'll move on to the ones that you're asking right now, if you guys don't mind. So Crystal said, my question is that with a newer channel, less than 100 subscribers, how competitive would your topics posted be? Let's go back to here. My personal opinion is that when you have a very small channel, you should go for the less competitive keywords. So Nashville real estate has 5,400 a month and the competition is medium. What if we said Nashville real estate agent? Nashville real estate agent has 390, still has medium competition. What about Nashville realtor? That gets 130. It still has medium. Okay, so maybe I'd move over to the related keywords. But if I were you and I had a smaller channel of under 100 subscribers, I would be looking for keywords that get somewhere between, ideally, 100 to 1,000. But if it's more like 75 or 80, I think that's fine too. If it gets less than that, let's say it only gets 30 searches a month, I just don't think there's enough volume. There's not enough interest with that specific keyword to even make it worth your time to make the video. But if it's got 130 searches a month, that's nothing to sneeze at. That's 130 valid prospects who are looking for a Nashville realtor, right? But the competition is still a little high. So for me, it's on a scale of 1 to 100. It's a percentage, so it's like 0.01 to 0.99, but I just say 1 to 100. 1 to 33 is low, 33 to 66 is medium, 66 and above is high. I don't do anything with high. I try to stay below 33 whenever possible. Once you have a whole bunch of subscribers, a whole bunch of watch time, a whole bunch of authority in the eyes of YouTube, then you can start going for things that have a more than 1,000 searches a month and maybe medium competition. But even so, I don't like to go after the stuff that has more than, say, 50 for the competition, because like I want to be able to rank. If I do a great video and it shows up on the 4th page of search results, how many people will see that video? None. Nobody will see that video. It's got to show up not only on page 1, but toward the top. So I'd rather rank at the top for a smaller keyword than rank on page 4 for a keyword that gets 75,000 searches a month, because no one will ever see it. So I would say more, okay, good. I saw Scott's thing. I was talking about the tags at the bottom, but you answered that. Okay, good. So I'm thinking 100 to 1,000 searches a month is ideal, and try to keep it below 33 for the competition whenever possible. So Scott also said my brokerage name, pardon me if I butcher this name, is Remax Saskatoon. Did I say that right? Has 3,600 searches a month and 0 competition. But you don't necessarily want to advertise the whole brokerage. You're trying to advertise yourself. So I think it's perfectly fine to use the keyword in the title, but not only the keyword as the title. Do you see what I'm saying? So your title might be Remax Saskatoon dog-friendly realtor, or whatever you decided that your niche would be, or, you know, Remax Saskatoon, comma, why you should hire me. I don't know, I'm just brainstorming off the top of my head. So that would be the entire title. The keyword is Remax Saskatoon. I think it's perfectly fine to use that keyword in your title. But you want to make it also very obvious to the viewer that the video is about me. And I'm going to be talking about me and why you should hire me. Having said that, what's in it for them? If you're going to make that video, it cannot be a 3-minute commercial of you talking about yourself and how great you are. You have to figure out what's in it for them. What do they want to know? Why would they be interested in watching this video? So if I were looking for a real estate agent on YouTube and I'm trying to do some research and I come across somebody who's just going to talk about themselves for 5 minutes, you're going to lose my attention in no time. So as you're trying to think about what the actual content of the video would be, I would encourage you to try to look at it from their shoes. What do they want to know? And then give them that information without being salesy in any way. and try to figure out what you could title the video so you're using that keyword, but you're also trying to make it interesting for them to watch. Because I've said it a million times, people do not go to YouTube to watch commercials. So we've got to forget all of that personal branding stuff of, hey, look at me, I'm so great, I sold my house in 2.5 minutes for $50,000 over the asking price. Yes, that is a value to the buyer or to the seller, but we've got to make that video not be a big sales pitch, because it just kind of goes over like a lead balloon on YouTube. Okay, somebody said, let's see, Jason, is there a maximum number of tags that you can use? It's not the number of tags, it is the characters. It's 500 characters. So however many tags you can get in there, once you hit 500 characters, it won't save anymore. And you keep trying to save and you get an error message. And if you look hard enough, it's like you've got too many characters. You went to 525. So then you just delete a couple of the tags that you just added. Once it gets back to 500 characters, then you'll be good to go. Cool. So I think that was all of the ones that I had in. Oh, and David said, review sending a preview clip on Facebook to get people to your YouTube channel when you put out a new weekly video. Okay, so this is a strategy that I do when I'm trying to promote my YouTube video on Facebook. If I just share the link to YouTube and I put that on Facebook, Facebook doesn't want to drive people away from their platform, right? They don't want to drive people to YouTube. So rather than just going here and why do I have no share button? I've been having some weird computer issues lately, but like all of the buttons right here that say share are just not there. So you could hit the share button and share it to Facebook and say, hey everyone, I just released my latest video. They would click on the link and they would go to YouTube. But there's no incentive for Facebook to promote that post because you're gonna leave their platform and they don't really want that. So instead, I take this whole video, which was almost 10 minutes long. This was a long one for me. And remind me to come back to that. I would take maybe a 30 to 60 second segment of this and upload that natively to Facebook. So, hey everyone, I just released my latest video. It's called Living in Savannah, What I Love and What I Hate. You should go check it out. And then there is a video on Facebook. So we're making that algorithm happy of, oh, we have native video content. And because it's short, hopefully people will watch the entire thing. But at the very end of the video, it says, click the link below to go to YouTube and watch the whole thing. And if they were really interested, then they will click the link and go over to YouTube. So that's kind of my strategy for getting people from Facebook to YouTube to watch it. But again, having said that, when we are making these videos and using really good keywords, I don't rely on people coming from Facebook to watch my video. I rely on them doing a search right here and finding it organically. They either find it in YouTube or they find it in Google. And, oh, somebody wanted to ask about analytics. We can look at that too. Why is my thing is acting all wonky? Maybe it's because I changed accounts. Maybe I was in my other account and then I switched to the Georgia Coast Homes account. All right, so let's say here is my Port Wentworth, Georgia video. And I wanted to look at my analytics for this. Oh, I'm gonna go back to Studio Beta. I think the analytics feature in Studio Beta is amazing and I much prefer it over Creator Studio Classic. So we go here to our analytics. And I'm assuming you guys already know how to go into analytics, but basically you just log into your account, you go to Studio Beta, which is this part right here, and then you'd go to analytics. This is my channel as a whole. It tells you how many views you had in the last 28 days. You can change this to last 90 days, lifetime, whatever you want. So in the last 90 days, how many views, how much watch time, how many new subscribers did you get? And if you were able to monetize your channel, what they think the revenue would be, right? Then it also comes down here and it tells you what are your most popular videos. I love this screen. Your most popular videos are telling you what viewers like and want to see more of. So my top videos are Living in Savannah, What I Love and What I Hate, the Halikoa Hotel review, which was a military hotel in Honolulu. And because my niche is military, I thought it would be good to review this hotel, and it's getting tons of views. Is it cheaper to buy or build? Moving to Savannah, Georgia real estate, that is my channel trailer. So when you show up to my channel for the first time, that's the welcome video that plays. Costco coming to Pooler. This is a big deal. We do not have any Costcos in the Savannah area, and I'm very excited that we have a Costco coming. So my buyer's agent, Nicole, made a video about that, and she actually got recognized at Sam's Club one day. This lady was staring at her, and finally she said, "Hi, can I help you?" And she's like, "Are you that real estate lady that made the video about Costco?" Which I thought was so cool that she got recognized. Nicole has been in real estate for less than a year, and she's already getting recognized out and about in her community by doing YouTube videos. How cool is that? So I like to come and look at what is doing well. What are the top several videos? How much watch time are they getting? How many views? How many, what's the average duration that they watch and all that kind of stuff? And then if you know that this video is the one that's doing the best for you, go make another one like that. So for a long time, my moving to Savannah video was my top performer. So I said, okay, I got to go make another video along the lines of moving to Savannah. What could I do? And so I called it Living in Savannah, the 5 things I love and the 5 things I hate. If you see what's working, go make more of that, because your audience is pretty much telling you what they enjoy, what they like, and what they'd like to see more of. It really helps you to come up with new video topics week after week after week if you know what things they like to see about. If you scroll down and you look at the least popular ones, like what happens at a closing, sorry, that one did not get all that that much video views. Let's see. Average closing costs for seller, I thought would be a much more popular video because I was trying to attract listing leads with that one. But as you can see, it's kind of way down at the bottom of the list. It's not doing well, and this is also in the last 90 days, not necessarily lifetime. So somebody said, how do you see what the click-through rate is? You go into the specific video and you look at the analytics for that video. I think I clicked the wrong thing. My bad. Let me go back. You go to the actual video. Come on. And you go up. Okay, we go to reach. When you get to this screen right here called reach and you scroll down a little bit, this little funnel tells you your click-through rate. So between 2 to 10% is typical on YouTube across the board for every YouTube creator, regardless of your industry. 2 to 10% is pretty typical. So 5.5% click-through rate is okay. It's nothing amazing. I went with this thumbnail right here, and I'm starting to think that maybe it's too busy and it's too crazy design, and we should try to redo our thumbnail. So if you see that your thumbnail click-through rate is getting, I would say less than 4%, that's telling me that it is showing up in the search results, but not many people are clicking on it. So it's probably just not an eye-catching enough thumbnail. So make a new thumbnail. You can upload a different thumbnail once a week if you want to. You can change it as often as you want. If your thumbnail is getting like an 11% click-through rate, it's killing it. So leave it alone. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So I would say shoot for as close to 10% or higher as you can possibly get. If it's less than 4%, it's probably the thumbnail. If you go over to the overview tab and you look at audience retention, this is pretty typical, like a gradual tapering off, a slow decline. And if you can get it above 50%, that is ideal. So we're getting 64% watch time. I'm good with that. The click-through rate on the thumbnail, I'm good with that too. If the audience retention kind of went like this and then boom, it was a very steep decline right here, it would say it was at 1 minute and 10 seconds. I would go watch the video and say, what did I do at 1 minute and 10 seconds? Did I make a really stupid joke? Did I say something where I just sounded stupid? Was I going, and I was trying to think of what to say next? What happened right there that made so many people leave all at the same time? And then don't do that again. So if you know that, I don't know, you made a joke and it was really, really stupid, and you think, okay, apparently people don't think I'm funny, I'm not going to make the joke anymore. Or maybe it was your intro. Let's say that your video intro is 30 seconds long and they all left at 28 seconds. Your intro was too long. They got tired of waiting for you to start talking about your topic. Make your intro shorter, get to the topic sooner, see if that helps your average retention time. Because this, quite honestly, right here, audience retention, is the most important metric that YouTube watches in deciding where to have you show up in the search results. Whether you're going to be at the very top or at the very bottom or somewhere in the middle, they are looking at audience retention, as I understand it from the people that work at YouTube. That is the number one thing that they're looking for. So you've got to get that audience view duration up as high as you possibly can. If you have a low duration, let's say that it's less than 50%, or God forbid it's less than about 30%, it's your content. They are telling you that your content is not exciting enough to watch all the way through. Why is that? Is it because you're not doing enough editing? Is it because you are rambling and you're saying the same thing over and over again? Is it your intro was too long? Is it your audio stinks and I just can't hear you? Like, you're gonna have to look at it and see what you think it would be, but the only way to get that watch time metric up higher is to deliver valuable information and be charismatic on camera. That's really what it comes down to. You've got to be interesting on camera and you've got to be giving them good information. And if you don't know how to edit and you don't want to edit, get a VA. Like, seriously, my virtual assistant in the Philippines charges me about $3 an hour to edit. Best money you'll ever spend. Outsource that, let somebody else take it off of your plate, go make another video. I could make 10 videos in the time that it would take me to edit 1 or 2 of them. And your best use of your time is being face to camera with your prospects. And this is, I can't stress enough the importance of finding somebody to help you with the editing as soon as you can justify that expense. All right, so I think I got everything that was on my list. Let me come down here. George, sorry, just got here. What should I name my channel? Well, there are many schools of thought on that. So you're in Birmingham, Alabama. Got it. My channel name, as far as the cover art, is Georgia Coast Homes by Karin Carr. I did that for 2 reasons. I wanted Georgia Coast Homes, which is my team name, to show up in a search result. I wanted Karin Carr to show up in a search result. The actual slug, I guess it doesn't show up here because I'm logged in, but it's youtube.com/Karin Carr Real Estate. So my URL is Karin Carr Real Estate. That's not the name of the channel. The name of the channel is not Karin Carr Real Estate. I honestly don't think it really matters what you name your channel, because when people do a search, they're going to find the individual videos. They're going to find the video that matches what they were looking for. So were they looking for how long does it take to close on a house? They're not typing in Birmingham, Alabama real estate agent. If I honestly don't think it really matters what you call your channel. If you're going to put it on your business card, make it something short, catchy, and easy to spell. And that's pretty much it. So Karin Carr Real Estate does not tell people where I am physically located. And I did that on purpose because my channel used to be called Northern Atlanta Real Estate. And when I moved to Savannah, it didn't work anymore because I was no longer in Atlanta. So I went with something more just branded to my name so that if I ever move again, God forbid, that I won't have to start all over with my channel again. It's really up to you. I honestly don't think that it really matters though. Don't overthink it. Just pick something that's short, it's easy to spell, and if it's, clever, that's cool too. John, how many followers need to display the clickable cards that link to other videos? You should be able to do that right away. So when you're playing your video and this little thing right up here says, click here to watch the next video, you can already do that for videos. You cannot do that for linking to your website until you have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. Ugh, that was the worst when they came out with that rule. It took me 2 years to get to 4,000 hours of watch time. That is not an easy metric. The only thing that I can think of to make that go by faster is to do a lot of live streaming. So for example, I'm doing this YouTube video. It's been over half an hour. They're going to take the half an hour times the number of people that watched it to come up with the watch time. And if you do a lot of live streaming, I think you would get to that 4,000 hours of watch time faster. Other than that, I just don't know any way to shorten up that time period because it takes a long time to get to 4,000 hours. Not 4,000 minutes, 4,000 hours. Christopher, anything else on the Fiverr SEO guys and the bots? No, I was really disappointed. I hired a Fiverr gig, 2 different Fiverr gigs. One said, I will get you backlinks to your channel. So basically they were, not my channel, to a video. So basically they were going to take this video and put these links out all over the internet that would all link back to this video. And it sounded like it was a legit gig, but people bought that gig and then 24 hours later, they went from 12 views to 3,000. Well, I don't think that's legit. I think that that was all being done by bots. So I haven't done it again. I did not have that kind of immediate overnight success. For me, those views trickled in over the course of about 3 or 4 weeks. Everybody else, they showed up the very next day. So I don't know if he was overwhelmed with the number of orders that he got all at the same time. And so he did it not in a very ethical manner. I don't know. But in the end, I figured, you know what, it's not worth it. I don't want to get my channel penalized. So I'm not going to order those types of gigs off Fiverr anymore. I need an animated video for a landing page. It looks like Fiverr all uses the same. I don't know how techie you are, John, but here is a really cool website. It's called videohive.net. If you are techie and if you use either Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere as your editing program, these are templates. You can find something like YouTube intro. You can find a template and say, oh, I want this one right here, and you download it and then you modify it yourself. Or you could download it and see if the person that made it will customize it for you. I used one that was very similar to this one for my YouTube intro about a year or so ago. I downloaded it. I had to edit it in Adobe After Effects. It was a pain in the ass. It was really, really difficult. I didn't know how to use Adobe After Effects. It kicked my butt. It was a week of not fun. So I know what you mean about Fiverr is that because they're only charging you $5, $10, $20, it's not the most high quality stuff. But I do like videohive.net if you want to try something that's a little higher end. If you are at all able to edit it yourself, you might try that. Let's see, YouTube thumbnails showing on Facebook. Mine are usually small or even worse, blank. I think that, Kate, you have to go to Facebook and search for something called the Facebook debugging tool. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not a programmer, but if you Google Facebook debugging tool, it will probably tell you what's going on and why it doesn't share the thumbnail nice and big. John says, you use Creator Studio, but you mentioned another tool that you like better. Creator Studio Classic is the old version of the YouTube backend. Now they're using Studio Beta is what it's called. So when you go, let's see, where can I go? Clicked around so much. I'm trying to remember. This is weird. There we go. I've been having weird problems with YouTube later. When you go to YouTube and you see your little avatar up here and you go to my channel, YouTube Studio Beta is now the default. It looks like this. Creator Studio was the old version. Studio Beta is the new version. They have made this so this is now the default so that when you log in, this is what you would see. Eventually, Creator Studio Classic is going to go away. So I'm encouraging everybody to get as familiar with beta as you possibly can, because eventually this is all you're going to see. How long will that be from now? Is it going to be 6 months, 9 months, a year? I don't really know, but start using it now, mostly because these features that they have, most of them are so much better than in Creator Studio. However, there are still things that you can't really do yet. So for instance, when I'm looking to modify my channel, you go to other features, customize channel, and it just opens Creator Studio Classic. So not everything is available in Studio Beta yet, but I like this so much better. This whole analytics tab, I think, is just freaking amazing. As you start getting more views and more watch time and more comments and everything, not just from sharing in our YouTube for Real Estate Agents Facebook groups, you'll start getting more accurate data. And you can look at things like engagement. How many likes did it get? How many comments? How many thumbs up? Did people add it to their playlist? Did they click on the card, etc.? What's another good thing I love to see? I love when you go into a specific video and you go to, what's a good one? Retiring in Savannah. I know that's a good keyword because I did the research on it. If you go to the analytics for that specific video, it tells you where people are coming from. So when you go to your traffic source types under the Reach tab, 32% found it by doing a search in YouTube, 19% were browsing in YouTube, 13% were coming from the suggested videos in YouTube. So what is that? 30, 40, 50, 60, something like 65% of the people that watched that video found it in YouTube. 11% were external, 10% came from my homepage. So then when you come down to external, okay, what was external? 63% of those found it in a Google search. That is what I'm talking about, people. Hence my mug, SEO is my bitch. Because that means 63% of the people that did not find it on YouTube found it by doing a Google search. Only 5% of the people found it by clicking on the link in Facebook. So people get really caught up in how do I share my video on Facebook to drive traffic to YouTube? That is not where the value is. 5% of 11%. That's not a lot. That's not a lot of people that are clicking on it on Facebook and going over to YouTube. Instead, we want them to find it on Google and YouTube. How do they do that? They do that by you having a really good keyword. Okay, I hope I answered that. Massachusetts Real Estate by Ronan. Would this make a difference if I'm able to upload 3 videos a week as long as I'm able to be consistent over several months? Dude, if you could upload 3 videos a week, your channel would take off. The more often you can make videos and post and be consistent, the faster that channel will take off. For me, it took, I don't even know how long it took till I got to 1,000 views. It took months and months just to get to 100 views. And it probably took a year to get to 1,000, a year and a half to get to 2,000, 2 years to get to 4,000. So it's kind of accelerates. It takes a long time to get those first 100, and then it goes faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. So if you can be doing 3 videos a week, more power to you. But it's going to be hard to maintain in the long run. So I would say commit to at least like 4 months of 3 times a week, and then maybe do another 6 months of 2 times a week, and then drop back to once a week. If you can maintain 2 times a week, that would be awesome. But I think it would be better to pick a schedule and stick with it long term than to keep messing with it. So if you know I could do 3 times a week, but I can only do that for the first 3 months, I would say instead, why don't you just commit to 2 times a week and do that for a year and see how that happens, or see what happens with that. John says, your YouTube for Agents Facebook group might be the best part of the entire training. Well, thank you. I'm very glad. the watch, like, and comment activity is worth a fortune. So those of you that are in my YouTube for Real Estate Agents group on Facebook, which is not for students of my course, we do the same thing. You share your video in there. We can all come watch, like, comment, subscribe to your channel. That really does help with watch time, with engagement, and with getting to your first 100 subscribers for sure. Philip Randolph, I know you love my coffee mug because you're the one that made it for me. That's so funny. I'll go back to the camera now. So yes, my dear friend Philip made me this awesome mug. SEO is my bitch. But it's true. Like, people get so caught up in how can I share my video on Facebook and get people to click on it to go to YouTube. Just spend the time doing the keyword research and have them find it on YouTube or Google. And I kind of use those terms interchangeably because they're owned by the same people. Just have them find it on the platform on which it was intended in the first place. And I share it to Facebook, I share it to Pinterest, I'll share it to all the other platforms just to do it. But really, I want people to find it by doing a Google or YouTube search. So keywords are the bomb. Well, thank you very much, Ronan. I certainly appreciate that. All right, let me see if there were any other questions I could answer for y'all, and then I'll let you go. Thank you for joining me for so long. I didn't expect this to be so long. I thought it'd be like 15 minutes. Love to live in Long Beach. Would dates be okay after good keywords? Yes. So if you have a video like Savannah, Georgia real estate market, and then in brackets you say 2019, yes, when you put a date in the title, I think that just tells the viewer, oh, this is updated, recent content. I should watch that, because some of the videos you see are going to be 4 years old, 8 years old. It's funny, if I just look for things like how to make a good YouTube thumbnail, I will literally find videos that are 8 years old. I don't want to watch an 8-year-old video because I know that all of the rules have changed so significantly since then. So if you can put the date, whether it's like Q1 2019 or 2019 or June 2019 in the title at the very end, then I think that's good. Put your keyword at the very front of the title and then your other stuff and then maybe the date at the very end. I think that's a great strategy. All right. John says, I have an 11-part home buyer video series I'm almost done with. If I launch them all at once, can I get all of them shared? Oh, on our Facebook group? Sure, you can share them all. My strategy for that would be to upload them all at the same time, but only the first one will be public and then the next 10 would be unlisted, and have them all linked together in a playlist. So if somebody watches the first one and it will autoplay number 2 and number 3 and number 4, you're gonna get a lot of watch time because they're just running through that playlist. And then every week on your scheduled day, just change the next one from unlisted to public. You get 11 weeks of mileage out of that playlist. I think that would be a really, really good idea. Ladina says, what kind of equipment do you use for the community videos? I use my phone and my little gimbal, and I'll show you the one that I have. I just have the DJI Osmo Mobile 2. So this is the one that I have. I'm trying to do this upside down and backwards, and it's all cray-cray. So you put the phone in here, and then when you turn it on, it makes it all nice and stable. And I either have my husband drive like 5 miles an hour through the neighborhood going very, very slowly, and I sit in the passenger side and I open my window and I hold it like that and just kind of film out the window. Or I have done this before where I was the only one in the car, I was the driver. I roll down my window and I prop it, so it's hard to describe. Like the edge of your car frame is here and the side, where's my thing? The side mirror is here, and there's like a little gap in between. If you stick your selfie stick right in there, so it's kind of propped between the side view mirror and the frame of the car, and it's pointing forward and off to the side like at like 10 o'clock on a clock. And that kind of stabilizes the thing so it doesn't jiggle around all that much. And then you can also put it on slow-mo when you're doing your editing to make it nice and stable too. If that's what you mean by community videos as far as neighborhood tours, if it's just me like walking down the street or whatever, I can use this thing too. and just do one of these like, hey everyone, it's Karin and today I'm at blah, 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 blah. Come along, let's go take a tour. And just that holding it helps keep the phone stable so it doesn't jiggle too much, because nothing makes me more nauseous than shaky cameras where it looks like the Blair Witch Project, and ain't nobody want to watch that, right? Cool. All right, awesome. I think I answered everybody's questions. Oh, wait a minute, Kate. Palm Beaches Paul, God help me, I like the classic. Yeah, dude, you're gonna have to learn to embrace Studio Beta, because classic is going to go away. I know we all hate change. The more you start using it, the easier it will get. So, Kate, yeah, I can't explain why. Actually, you know what? Come to think of it, about 2 months ago, somebody shared a YouTube video on Facebook, and it was the gigantic thumbnail, and he said, oh my God, when did that start happening? So maybe that's a new thing, and they're rolling it out slowly. You know how like when Facebook comes out with a new feature, not everybody gets it simultaneously. Maybe it's just going to take a little bit longer until your business page gets it. I can't really explain it, but sorry, I'm not a Facebook expert. I know YouTube, but I don't know Facebook all that much. All right, awesome. Thank you so much for joining me, and I appreciate that. And if you liked this live thing, I will definitely do it again sometime. So everybody enjoy your Thursday, and I will see you guys later.